You missed out by not selling VIDT. VIDT? What's VIDT? %25%? Ah, don't think like that. It's looking bullish. I wouldn't think like that. Why are you thinking like that? Are you trading it? You're not trading it, are you? Let me have a look at this for you. I'm just trying to find the right chart. I want the most data. I don't know what this gap is here. It's weird. November. Do you know what? Can you explain to me what that gap is? September 21. I can't explain it. Maybe this is the wrong one. What do you think? Launch November 15, 22. This is not correct. This is not correct. I don't understand. I don't understand why that charts are different. Do you have any answers for me? I don't know what to do. VIDT goes decentralized and becomes a DAO, a new smart contract and a new token. September 22. Okay, that's what happened. Interesting, huh? So that's the crypto. Let's go with that one. So you have two charts on VIDT. Two interesting charts. This one, which is the current one, which is the Binance one, and this one, which is the historic one with the price adjustment because they launched a new token on a new smart contract. That's what happened. And people are wondering why. What happened was that they launched a new token and a new smart contract, and then for some reason the price adjusted. I don't know why. Probably because there was more tokens. They probably gave people more tokens. They gave them probably, I'm not sure how much, maybe a 5-to-1 ratio. What was the ratio in the drop? Here we're looking at 45 cents and it dropped to fall probably a 10. They probably gave everyone 10 more tokens, 10x tokens, and then the price dropped by 100% or something like that. Yeah. That's probably what happened in the new contract. So potentially you could say that you could potentially take this fractal and just put it there or something. You could potentially say that's really how the price has moved. It hasn't really gone down. It's kind of just gone sideways. It's just that there's probably more tokens in circulation. That's what I'm thinking. It does skew the data a little bit. But the good news is that the volume is at this current range. Yeah, because most of the volume is here and there isn't really much volume in the highs, you could potentially just ignore it and just focus on this lower range. Even though there are probably levels of interest higher up, potentially you could just take this chart. This is the new one on Binance, and just use this as your kind of range that you're following. You can see most of the volume is in the lower part. It's where most of the volume came in. You see that? Doesn't mean that the higher levels aren't going to react and the price goes up. So if you go to this CoinGecko and you can have a look and see what the all-time high is. Okay, so with the all-time high, they've used the new figures. They've ignored the old ones. Even though the old ones are still there, they've ignored them. Okay, so we could probably ignore it as well. You could probably ignore this chart then and just go with the new one, which is this one, which is the Binance one with the new updated chart, which ignores the historic chart. Probably I would do that. So we're just in a range right now. We're kind of at the value area high. At the golden pocket. It is a good place to take profit. That being said, we're still in the range. Like I wouldn't necessarily, like if you're accumulating this token for the longer term, we haven't really left the range yet. So it's not necessarily, I mean, even though you could have taken profit, we're only about, from this current low, from October, September low, we're only about 194% up from the low. Hasn't really gone up that much. So I still think we're range bound at the moment. We've come back into this golden pocket after, look, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. This is the 5th time. eventually that golden pocket is going to flip eventually. So you could just wait for that to happen. Yeah. And what I'm seeing now is a very nice weekly time frame V shape here. It's a very nice V shape. See? So we basically recovered the price from February or so 23. We've completely recovered the price. We're put in a lot of volume in this consolidation range, and the point of control is where this red line is. Just underneath 50% mark. You have the value area high. We're at the value area high now, so we are into a little bit of resistance. And just for the sake of consistency, I'll also mark off the value area low, just in case there's a change in the future, and get rid of that. Okay. See that, this green candle here? That's the big buy here. You had a really big buy in July 21. And all that's happened is the price has come back to test where the price was bought. And also this wick here, that was a sell. It was a buy followed by a big sell. All that's happened is the price has come back down, test these lows, and now the price is reversing. And you see this volume, it's nice volume that's coming in to push the price up. This is quite healthy. Healthy price action. It's healthy bullish price action. This price action is good. So you don't necessarily want to sell. You could you know, this is not bad. In the future you're going to get above these levels, and then the price will probably just continue going. Probably there isn't really much more to say. We're nicely going up. I think the best strategy for this token is just the dollar cost average, because you just don't know if the price is going to go down or up right now, because we've already gone up since September. We've just had green weeks, green. The price is just closing higher on a week by week basis. There's no reason why this trend should stop, actually. But that being said, one of the reasons why the price pushed up is because you had all these red weeks, red. Okay, and that's the reason why the price is just easily pushed up. You have potentially this weekly level, but I don't know. It's all washed. I think probably the price could go up much further. No, we're actually coming back to test, increasing volume. I think it's just following Bitcoin at the moment. A lot of tokens are doing that. Maybe a good opportunity to buy will be this bottom trend line. If we have a little bit of a sideways action now, if we lose the value area high, it's going to be the best place to buy, will be around there. If we hold the value area high, then we could just consolidate here for a push up for a continuation. Like this is possible too, because we're above the value area high now. We're trying to hold it as support. Let's see. It depends on, I think a large portion of what happens next will depend on Bitcoin. I think this would be a really good opportunity to add to people's positions right here into the 50% mark, back test the point of control into this trend line. Yeah. And then you could probably, the next time we hit the golden pocket, we'll probably go through it. Probably, because we've hit it so many times. Eventually it will give way. With this kind of trade, I would be looking to go all the way to the high there. And then further above, further beyond. Ideally, you want the price to hold here, but I mean, it all depends on Bitcoin. So this is the trade, really. And you're probably looking to take it sometime at the beginning of April, end of the March, or whenever the price comes. And just, if you can get one more dip into the point of control, that would be fantastic. Into this 50% mark. Even it might not even get to the point of control, but that would be a really amazing buy, in my opinion. Okay. Back bottom of this trend line. Keep that trend line going. Keep it going. I think these green volume candles are really nice to see. You want to see high volume green candles pushing the price up. As the price descended, it was pretty miserable volume. Now that the price is going up, you've got an increase in volume. That's quite healthy. So this is quite healthy price action. It just tells you that people are interested and they're buying, and then anyone who's selling, the price continues going up. So there's more buyers than sellers at the moment. It's really nice to see. And then if you compound that, the volume, what the volume is saying with this idea of a higher time frame V shape, yeah, a little pullback and then off we go. And maybe this is going to explode with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin eventually explodes, maybe a lot of the altcoins are going to explode with Bitcoin. When the price is $1, I will invite you to visit Thailand. $1, huh? Let me see if I can get this to $1 for you. Let me see. That would be fun. Come to Thailand. So, I mean, based on this high to low, probably an extended push would be 68 cents. But do you know what I've noticed with these tokens in the past? That even though the token was changed, and you know, you had a decline in price. It's not really a decline in price. I think what happened was that they just issued to all the token holders, they probably issued a 10x on their token amount. Probably. That's what I'm guessing, just because of the way the price has dropped. Is that correct? No, that's against Bitcoin. Let me find the right one. From where they did that, it was what? Oh, I did the wrong one again. What the hell? What's wrong with me? Idiot. Bitcoin, US dollar. That's correct. Oh, I got to click on it. That's why. Okay. So if you look from where it was here, the price was 47, and then it came down to where it opened. It was at 47. See that red candle when it opened? It was like 46. So from when it closed, 47 to 4.7. So that was a drop of 10x. So I'm guessing that they gave everyone who owned the token 10x tokens. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like. And then it's obviously on a new contract. And you know, in a situation like this, I almost think it's possible to do this. Even though all of this historic data is irrelevant, I think it's possible to do this. I've seen it before. That's why I'm saying it might be possible. You take the fractal and put it there. So we have a new fractal now. So that's really what's happening to the price. So even though you can imagine that the price has dropped, actually it hasn't really dropped because no one has actually lost value. Okay, they've just given people more tokens, but the value is the same because even though the value is less, they have more tokens, which compensates for the value. I think that's what's happened. And it's on a new contract, so it looks like so actually this fib that I did potentially is incorrect. Potentially it's incorrect. I wouldn't necessarily think that this is correct. Okay, and according to this, we're actually past the golden pocket, but we're into the value area. But according to the other chart that I was looking at, let me see this. Did I say that we're in the golden pocket or outside the golden pocket? I can't remember. Let me just have a look. We're into the golden pocket here. I think this is probably more correct. This. But anyway, let's just ignore it for a second. Let's just say this is what's happened to the price. And in terms of value, we've just made a higher low. Yeah. And obviously we've got a lot of volume coming into here. That means that this was the low here, really, all the way down here. That was the low. All the way to the high. Don't know which one the high was. The second one was the high. And you can clearly see historically that as the price expanded in the first bull market, we had a pullback all the way to the higher time frame golden pocket. That is a very nice bullish hold. Holding the golden pocket on the pullback on the higher time frame is nice to see. That's what you want to see. And you've got this you've got these fib levels. Now I don't know if this fractal is respecting them or not. It's hard to see. Potentially we're into a fib level now. These fractals are correct. Potentially we're into a 382 now as well. So potentially we're into a value area high and the 382 here. That's where we are. And now what you can do with your targets is slightly different. And I think the best way to do this is divide it by 10. 10 is the factor. So here you see right now we're at 0.48. On this original chart, we would be at 48. So according to the original chart, we're above the 382. And the 382 is at 43. So here it would be 4.3. That would be the 382. So on this lower chart, that's your support line. And you see it's actually back tested the support. You see that? That's actually your 382. Don't know if this is making sense. To me it is. Yeah. That would correspond with this 382. Right? So potentially we're flipping it into support. How low did this go? 2 cents. This went as low as 1 point. So this is slightly wrong. How do I change this? There you go. Let's pull it down a bit. How low did it go? So it actually went into the golden pocket. Do you see that? This down here was the golden pocket. and we've come all the way up. This is correct. Now this is about right. Almost. Yeah, this looks right now. So this is roughly what's happening. If you could just take all of this and just put it and attach it and just 10x the price, yeah, you're basically, this is correct. Now what I've got up here is correct. So this is very deceiving because now this changes everything. What I'm seeing now changes everything, okay? And so all you have to do is now do your projections on this original chart and then divide it by 10. Okay, and just ignore this chart because they are following the same path. It's just that this is 10 times less in value. Okay, so that's the actual all-time high. It's at up there. And what I would do is I'll do an extension. So the golden pocket to this low. So we've just cleared a really major level, to be honest with you, at about 4.4 cents. This level here, 4.3 cents. That's a really important level. So we're on support right now on this token. The golden pocket is at about 6.3 cents. That's what's happened. We've come into the golden pocket. Okay. No, just underneath it. Yeah. This is slightly higher. Can I do this right? That's probably the better one. How low did it go? No, it's still too low. Just do it a little bit less. I'll try and make it as accurate as possible. How low was that? That's correct. I can't do it perfectly. Oh my gosh. It's jumping. Don't know if the problem is my mouse or me. There. That's as good as I'm going to get it, to be honest with you. We haven't really touched the golden pocket. We're almost there. Okay. So what I was saying you can do is now you can see where we are. We're into the golden pocket almost. So we are into resistance, but we have just, the price is actually back here at, where is the price? It's at 4.8. And we've just back tested. You look how the price has back tested this SR flip. This SR flip is at 4.3. So the 4.3 is a really important support level that has to hold, I think. Okay. And it might hold because this looks like quite a nice V shape with increasing volume. And then when you do your projections, what you can do is do that again and then do a little bit of an extension. And then, yeah, that'll be more correct. Now that's not $4.2. You have to divide that by 10. So 42 cents, 63 cents. There you go. There's your $1, $1.1. The 168 up here, $1.1. Divide that by 10. I think that would be a very acceptable target. In my mind, that would be a very acceptable target. 1.15. How does that correspond to the other chart? No, see, this is incorrect. This is trash. Get rid of that. I think this one that I've just done now makes more sense because you have historic data. It's just that it's been detached from the current data, and it is acting as support and resistance. You can see how the price has come into this golden pocket once, twice, 3 times. It's held. Yeah, so that's a hold. That's a really strong hold. And now we're going up. We're flipping these levels from resistance into support. and we're above the 4.3 cents mark now, which is so just take the original chart, do what I've done, and just divide the figures now by 10. Okay, that's what I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think. We're coming into a really strong resistance level now. Eventually what you want to see is you want to see that flip into support for continuation, and then you're probably aiming for the all-time high, which is going to be 19 cents. 19 cents is the all-time high. What does it say on this? This is wrong. I'm telling you what it is. 19 cents. Whatever that high is there, that's the all-time high. That will be your next major take profit. If you're looking to take profit higher up, I think if you see a reaction like that, you could take profit. If you see the price go up and then down, you could take profit. Okay, and then your higher targets are going to be what I've got here. I think that would be a really nice bull market target, that 1.618. That's at $1.15. Okay, so I'm coming to Thailand next year probably. Okay, this is what I want to see. I want to see us flip this whole area into support, and I think the last line that I'm interested, the line that I'm really interested in, all of it really, but probably that's 7.6. Probably that's 7.6, and that would coincide on this original chart. That would coincide with this pivot that's been put in here. I think what you want is you want to flip that into support, and that would coincide with this. You see that? That's really what you want to happen, and then you'll go up to the next level, which is 1.9. What is that? 19 cents. Okay, and then you have to see what happens. Just looking at the chart, there was potentially, yeah, look, it's hard to see. Let me have a look. No, this is the first bull market. When was that? April 19. Let me just have a look at this. When did it launch? November. This doesn't have all the data. It's so annoying. Is it better on CoinMarketCap? Oh my god. Oh shit. Can't type. No, it's the same. Rubbish. All right, so that's fine. They've just updated the data on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. That's all that's happened. So it's fine. It's normal for them to do that. But really, this is the chart that I'm interested in. You could use both if you want. You could do this. This would make sense. It's very hard to see Elliott waves just because of the way I've done this. It's not easy to see. I'm just trying to see if there was one here, and potentially there is. I'm just trying to see. Where's the wave 1, 2? It's not easy to see because potentially that is the one, but the problem is that you make a lower low here and that invalidates the count. That's the problem. Otherwise that would be your 1, that would be your correction, this would be your 3, and then you have a 5. Don't really like it unless that's the one. No, that can't be the one. So then this is the one. That whole wave is the 1. Is that the 1? Where's the 3? I don't even know. I don't think we've actually had a 5-wave Elliott impulse wave, to be honest with you. I can't see it in this first bull market. But maybe it's there and I just can't see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the 1. It's really horrible looking one though. And potentially that was it to there. Then you had this, I don't know. This was it, and it just ignore that wick. Let me see when the all-time low was put in. Oh, you can't tell because we've lost that data. I'm just thinking maybe these wicks are scam wicks because it's Binance, which would mean this is the one. Don't know how. Then there you have a corrective wave. Technically that should invalidate, but let's just say that doesn't invalidate because it's a scam wick. So that's your 1, this is your 2, this is your 3, and then the 4 shouldn't come underneath that high. Could be 5 there. I don't know, it's really ugly looking, huh? Let's just go based on this theory. It's a really shit theory. I don't even like it myself. But let's just go based on this really bizarre theory of mine. Okay. Maybe you have a correction down to here. A, B, C. And then you have an impulse. That's your first impulse. Correction. This is all corrective. And are we in the wave 3 now? It's a hard one. Maybe that's the beginning of the wave 3 and this whole thing's a correction. I don't know. Or maybe there's a... Hold on. David is messaging me. Oh, he's flipped long. I must have been stopped out. Why is he flipped long? We're still under the point of control. All right, let me just close it. If he flips long, I'm still in profit. But no, why would you flip long? We're under the point of control. What are you saying, David? Some bullish divergence. Okay. Okay, that's why he flipped long. All right, I'm flipping long. Here goes. Sorry, let me just quickly go to Bitcoin and I'll come right back to this because I've been trying to short it and it's not working. So maybe he's got the right idea. But I'm not gonna. You're gonna come buy into a point of control. I've closed it. I think the safest short now would be lower down. It's probably just going to range here for a little bit. All right, I've closed my trade. Forget about that. Let me just go back to the stream. It's more enjoyable streaming. right now. Yeah, so you can see on this other, you can use both charts. I don't think you should not use both charts. But I think the one that I did before was better. The reason why this is good is because you've got this value area and this point of control, but you have that same thing on this chart here. If I was to do, well, let me just finish this actually, just see if I can get somewhere with this. I mean, if that's your ABC, and then if that was your 1, we have a nice long corrective, and maybe we're in our 3. Let me just do that again. I don't know if this is correct, guys. I'm just like making this up. I don't know. Oh, that's nice. You see, we are into a little bit of resistance. It lines up with that golden pocket, that 618. That's really nice. Look, I think 11 and a half. So that's 1.1 is your target. I think that's your target. I'm just imagining this is a 1. This is the 2. Now we're in the 3. Where could the 3 go? Well, a 1-to-1 would be at 14 cents. But I think if you get to 14 cents, there's no reason why we don't go a bit higher to 19 cents. Maybe we get a correction back to back test 8 cents. It depends. The correction could be flat or it could be a little bit deeper. And then maybe, I don't know how this would be. Maybe it's flat. Or maybe this extends. Like, I don't know. Maybe do you pull back there or do you go a bit further? We don't know how far this 3 can get. But I think you want it to go above 14 cents. And if you go above 14 cents, why not 19 cents? You go over to 19 cents, why not higher? To 40 cents. Like, there's no volume. So you just have to see. But I think the all-time high at 19 cents would be a really good take profit. And you have to see what happens. If you get a correction, maybe 14 cents, who knows? But the next push, I would want it to go all the way up to $1.152. That's what I would want. That would be perfect. Now, again, it'll be a lot more bullish if this 3 pushed up to this 42 cents mark and then the back test was down to this 19 cents mark. I think that would be even more bullish. I would prefer that. If that's what's happening right now, I would prefer that. That would look really bullish. Let me just do something else. There's lots of caveats with with my analysis. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. So I think you've got Who knows how far this week could go. But I do think you've got strong resistance at these two levels. Okay, so do you want to just write this down? Because obviously you're in this, I'm not. I think at about 52 cents, you have a really strong level. And then your next strong level is at about $1.15. All right, 52 cents. I think because you're in price discovery, no one really sees the fib. But because you have confluence on fib, if I've done this Elliott wave right, it looks okay. And then this next push up, as long as we can flip this 7.6 cents into support, why not go for the all-time high, which is at 19 cents. 19 cents. And I think I would still stick to this original chart. I'm not fond of this thing here, but you know, this is quite bullish when people don't see historic data and they just focus on this new chart. People don't really understand how the charts are. They think it's all in price discovery, but it's not. Technically it's not, because actually this is more correct, I think. All right, that's my VIDT update. It's fun. I like doing that. Any questions? If you like this analysis, then feel free to share it or like it or both. And if you don't, just tell me why and I'll have another look. Okay.